So go ahead and make your way to a comfortable seated position using any props or sitting on the ground. And for practice, you might need a block if you like to have a little extra support in your practice in that regard, or a blanket to sit on or support your knees throughout the practice while we are on our knees. And make sure that you come into a seat that is one you can hold for the first few moments of practice. So ideally, it is a pleasant seat, less or least amount of friction, force, one where you can relax. And if that doesn't exist for you, feel free to start lying down or in child's pose or some other starting place. Allow the spine to elongate as you press the crown up and root down through your sit bones. Relaxing the forehead, inner earlobes, jawline, shoulders, elbows, hands, hips, knees, feet. Yet remain alert and awake through the spinal column. And we're going to start off with what's called Bu Mudra, a mudra being a hand gesture or a seal that creates a therapeutic, supportive circuit within the body. So you'll keep your peace fingers extended, index and middle finger, and fold the other three fingers in. And then simply press them into the earth, the index and middle finger on each hand. And Bu Mudra is a mudra associated with the earth element, earthiness, stability, support, safety, structure. Allow the eyes to gently float closed or soft gaze past the tip of your nose. And begin to notice how the breath starts to flow without you doing anything to change it while you hold this mudra, sensing your fingertips against the ground, noticing how it feels to have your hands in this shape against the ground. Grounding into the earth, feeling the support of the earth, knowing that you are held, you are safe in this moment. You are supported. And begin to regulate the breath, finding a slower inhale that fills up the abdomen, the lungs, and a long, complete exhale that empties out the abdomen and the lungs. Releasing any tension, tightness, discomfort, disturbance, distraction through the fingertips down into the earth to be recycled, renewed. Letting any stress, worry, anxiety, overwhelm, anger, frustration, sadness, heaviness, lethargy melt from the body through the arms, down through the fingertips. Breath smooth and steady, slow and complete. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Let your palms meet overhead. We'll do a few flowing twists. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Engage your core slightly. Inhale, float back up through center. Hands meet overhead. And exhale to your left, right hand to your left knee. Inhale, float up towards the sky. Exhale, right. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your right. This time, go ahead and let's stay here. Continue to breathe. Let the right hand nestle up against your right hip, trying to support the tallness of the spine. And then inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, deepening the twist. You might find it nice to release your chin towards your right armpit. Beginning to twist out, wring out. Space for this moment, for the practice, to arrive fully and completely with yourself on your mat. On your next inhale, sweep both hands up through center. Let the palms gently touch overhead. And exhale to your left. This time the left hand nestles up against the left back of your left hip as you inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, you deepen into the twist, slightly contracting in your lower abdomen, drawing the navel towards the lower ribs. Option 2, relax the chin towards your left armpit. Breath flows in, breath flows out. Anything you brought to your mat that doesn't feel supportive, twisting out, wringing out. Here at the beginning of practice, to create space for the both inward and external journey of practice of yoga. Excuse me. On your next inhale, reach both hands up, let the palms meet overhead, sit nice and tall. Exhale, gently contract your abdominal wall, hands to your heart, prayer hands, let the chin slightly tuck, surrendering mind to heart, and taking a few rounds of breath here. And we'll move through this practice in a way that supports a very earthy, stable, safe, supportive, nurturing energy today, because foundational work is so important if we are to build onto the practice. Foundational being very earthy. So at the hands, at the heart, allowing the following message to create an intention, a focal point and guidance for the practice. That message being, may the practice support, nourish, nurture the foundation of you, your soul, your body, your mind, so that you have the courage, the capacity, the energy, the clarity to show up and live to your fullest. Let's seal that with a sound of Om. Feel free to chime that out or tune it out if it's not for you. On your next exhale, exhale completely. Inhale to prepare. Letting the sound settle to silence. The breath moving towards that slow, complete rhythm. On your next inhale, let's sweep the arms up to the sky. Maybe this time you look up if it's okay on your neck. Exhale, meet me in tabletop. Roll over your knees and come to an all fours position. You might want to cushion your knees if they need extra support. And we'll stack the hands or the shoulders over the wrist and the hips over the knees. So you might look back and make sure your knees are roughly hip distance. And then press into your hands, engage your arms. Slightly draw the navel in and up. Notice if that changes the length of your lower back and the tuck of your tailbone. Take a complete rounded breath here. Nice and steady. Inhale, lift the tailbone one vertebra at a time as the belly lowers, heart lifts forward, gaze forward. And exhale, rounding at the spine one vertebra at a time. Chin's the last thing to tuck, navel pulls in. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Continue at your own pace, letting your breath drive the rhythm, the cadence, feeling the earth beneath you, the stability of moving slower than you think you should have, really getting to know the practice, to know the spine, the breath. After your next cat spine, inhale into neutral tabletop. And exhale, meet me in a puppy pose. Walk your hands out. Keep your hips nice and high over your heels. Your legs don't move. Forehead comes to the block or to ground. And of course, if you need to move your legs to make this pose accessible, that's fine. And then resting in puppy pose, bowing down to earth as witness of your beautiful, unique expression, your practice, your courage and ability to show up. 2 more full, complete rounds of breath. Next, inhale, tabletop pose. Bring your knees a little closer together. Tuck your toes and sink your hips back over your heels for a toe stretch. And you might want to make sure your pinky toes get tucked under as well. Now, if this is a lot in your feet or not for you, then simply skip it. So a block, untuck your toes, especially if there's pain. But if there is sensation, see if you can sit with the sensation and observe and maintain a smooth breath tall through your spine. And we're actually going to then extend the right arm, turning the fingertips down, palm facing you, and then left hand rests gently on top of the right to guide a counter stretch to tabletop, as well as the same way we use the wrists in plank pose and down dog. The earth and the feet having an intimate relationship, our feet being our carrier for our body when we walk, and they touch the earth so much. And it's important that we take care of the feet through stretching, strengthening, moving in supportive ways. Go ahead and switch your hands, left fingertips down, rest the right hand on top. And the hands being important, the wrists, how we reach out and interact with life, with the earth, and how we take in and receive. Flick out both your wrists, little finger flicks flicking off any unnecessary, unsupportive energy. Bring the hands down and tuck your toes and pat out the top of your feet. You might want to lift both feet and roll your ankles a little bit, wiggle your toes. And then rest the feet back down. A little counter stretch for the feet and a segue to down dog using core. Again, you can skip it, and that is true for the practice or any part of the practice. If there's something that's not landing for you, not supportive, not resonating with your body, skip it, adjust, visualize it. Don't do it though if it's not for you. Inhale, press into the tops of your feet, engage your core. Exhale, lift your knees 2 inches. Keep squeezing your inner thighs in. 2 rounds of breath. Puffing up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, down dog. Untuck your toes, shift your hips back, and start to pedal through your feet. You might say yes and no through the head a couple times. Any other movement you feel inspired to take here, go for it. Clearing breath through the mouth, big sigh. And on your next breath in, inhale, shift forward, find a high plank pose. Exhale, forearm plank. Come to your forearms. Feel free to modify, bringing your knees down or keep them lifted. Either way, keep drawing your hip bones towards your lower ribs, really contracting in your core to find stability and not overuse the lower back. Take one more breath in. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, Sphinx pose. Come to your forearms parallel like an equal sign. Palms down, elbows under the shoulders, and look slightly forward, letting the chin float parallel to the ground. And then imagine you're dragging wrists towards elbows, letting the heart draw forward and open. 3 to 5 intentional rounds of breath, body resting close to the earth. Supported, stable. Taking one more breath in. Exhale, crocodile pose. So elbows come out wide, stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands and allow your body to breathe against the earth, feeling the acceptance of the earth, right? Knowing that in the earth's eyes, we are always enough, always accepted, always being supported. There's nothing to fix, so to speak, within ourselves when it comes to our relationship with the earth. And that's why the earth holds this energy and quality of safety. We are safe. Safe to be who we are, safe to explore, safe to not know. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press back through a tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands. And exhale, Engage the core and quietly step all the way up, Uttanasana, forward fold, hands up towards your wrist, feet about hip distance. Inhale, hands to your shins or the ground or blocks. Press the crown away from your tailbone. Let the heart open. Exhale, hinge from your hips, head's the last thing to lower. Pressing into the center of your feet, inhale, reverse swan dive. Sweep the arms out, spine long, stand all the way up, reach up. Hands meet overhead, hands to your heart, arms by your side, mountain pose. Letting the palms face forward, relax your fingertips, arms, shoulders, chin floating parallel to the ground. And as you inhale, imagine inhaling from the center of your feet to the crown, from the earth to the sky. And as you exhale, crown to feet, sky to earth. And circulate this supportive, stable, protective, safe energy. It is the foundation, right? If we don't feel supported, if we don't feel safe, stable, it's really hard to create, to have courage, to connect, to express, to intuit. Quietly say to yourself, I am supported. I am held. I am safe. I am stable. I am home on earth in this body. Next, inhale, sweep your arms up. Reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Let the head be the last thing to lower. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold palm of your mat. Step your right foot back, runner's lunge on your left side. Left knee over the ankle. And then inhale, lengthen, look slightly forward. Exhale, lower the back knee. Feel free to support your back knee if you need to. And then inhale, you might walk your hands up to your left leg. Find stability here, letting the weight anchor into your front foot. Tall through your spine, engaging, cinching in at your center. And then option to inhale, reach your arms up. You might turn your palms to face back, spreading the shoulder blades apart. And we're holding for 3 rounds of breath. Part of really invoking this earthiness that is so stable and supportive and safe is the ability to slow down, to pause. So you'll notice practice, although we'll move, there will be slower movement and pauses. One more breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. You may want blocks for this. We're coming into a wide pyramid, so your feet don't move. Back heel stays lifted. Inhale, look slightly forward like you could lengthen your spine. And then exhale, shift your hips back, straighten your leg, your front leg that is, a little bit or a lot. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Gently draw back on your left hip, slightly forward on your right. And throughout the practice, when you exhale, always slightly engage your core to find stability, engagement, centeredness. Notice when we pause to hold the shapes, can you really allow yourself to tune in with your breath, to keep a cadence to it, an awareness of it, grounded in the practice. Take one more breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Back foot pivot. Pivot, sweep your arms up out into a T. And reach your arms in opposite directions, shoulders floating above the hips. Tall through your spine. Core turned on. Both legs pressing in and down towards the earth through the feet. You might gaze over your front middle finger, if that's okay for you. 2 more complete rounds of breath, breathing in, circulating the earthiness of stillness, right? Earth doesn't move much without the wind element or the flow of water. Earth by itself is pretty still, pretty stable, like a mountain. And that ability to be still, that ability to pause is huge in our ability to experience a deep sense of well-being. Inhale, reverse warrior 2, reach back, nice big stretch. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, find a revolved runner's lunge, so twist. Right hand to blocker mat, and left arm to the sky. Let the hips melt towards the earth, keep both legs active. Really press up through the back of your right knee. Option for half a bind, reaching for the lower back. Drawing the left shoulder blade towards your right. This breath in, this breath out. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, runner's lunge. Palm your mat. Inhale, find a high plank pose. Exhale, lower to your belly or lower halfway down for chaturanga, whatever suits you. Inhale, find cobra or a baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, meet me in down dog. So move with integrity to down dog. Engage your core to get to down dog. Clearing breath, inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Step the feet close to touch. Inhale, lift your right foot high to the sky, dialing the toes down, letting the head stay heavy, gazing back. Anchoring into the center of your hands and really pressing into thumb and index finger. On your next exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand for an active lizard, hands underneath the shoulders on ground or blocks. And when you get here, start to create a gliding, sliding motion forward and back and see if that motion can mirror the qualities of smooth, steady, controlled, just like your breath. And like the mind, invoking those qualities of smooth and steady and controlled. Continuing to witness the body supported by the ground. Move your hips up and down a little bit, a little up and down motion here to continue stirring up any stagnant or stuck dull energy in the legs. And then walk your right foot back through center, runner's lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, left foot meets your right. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Either bringing a block underneath your face or using the ground. Left hand down, bend your left knee a lot. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Draw navel in, inhale, reaching up, pressing crown away from tailbone, finding length. Exhale, soften into the twist, relax your face. 2 more rounds of breath. Last breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, sweep your arms to the sky, stand up, reach up, lifting from the waist. Exhale, cactus your arms, elbows out wide, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift through your heart, and keep your hips over your ankles. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, hands through the heart to mountain pose, arms by your side. Standing up tall, palms forward. And relax, face, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingertips. Inhaling from inhaling from feet to crown, exhaling crown to feet. If you need a clearing breath, sigh out of an open mouth, go for it. Rooted through the feet, rooted through your being, rooted in relationship to earth, to life. Earth being a part of our ability to exist, not just in our physical world that we live on the earth, but earth also being a part of what makes up our bones and the physical structure of our body. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, head's the last thing to lower. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back, runner's lunge on your right side, getting the knee over your ankle. And then inhale, modified crescent, back knee down. Sweep your arms up, or you can walk them up to the leg and then lift up. And turn the palms to face back, spreading the shoulder blades apart, lifting up through the crown, anchoring down through the right foot in the pelvic bowl. And finding a dynamic balance of grounding and lifting. Lifting on the inhale, grounding on the exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down, runner's lunge. Going towards wide leg pyramid, the hamstring stretch, so feel free to use your blocks. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, shift the hips back, straighten through your front leg and lengthen down through your spine, keeping the spine long. Gently drawing back on right hip, slightly forward on your left. Can you soak up this pause in the practice? Letting your awareness ride the wave of your breath all the way home to you, to the you that is not defined by thoughts, by emotion, by your roles and responsibilities in life. The you that is always stable and supported and safe and one with the earthiness and the earth of life. On your next exhale, runner's lunge, rebend your front knee. Inhale, warrior two, pivot on your back foot. Sweep your arms out into a T, shoulders over hips. Strong bend in your front knee, anchoring into your front foot, and then really, really anchoring into your back foot too. Gazing over the front middle finger. Strong like a warrior. A warrior who protects that which is true, that which is in line with harmony and supports the collective and supports your own unique gifts. A warrior for those things. Inhale, reverse warrior two, reach back and up as a transition. Exhale, revolved runner's lunge. Left hand down, back heel lifts, and right hand lifts. Remember, you could use a block under your left hand. Half a bind on your next exhale. Reach for the lower back and consciously draw the right shoulder towards your left and open your heart. Maybe even lift your gaze if it doesn't bother your neck. Breathe. You are supported. You got this. And you're also supported to make any adjustments you need to. Inhale, right arm back to the sky. And exhale your right hand down. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, flow, modified or not modified, or straight to down dog. Moving with integrity. So what does that mean? Moving in a way that is supportive to you, not what the mind thinks you have to do, but what feels aligned. Clearing breath if you need it. Feet come a little closer to touch. Inhale, lift the left foot up, dial the left toes down. Firm in your hands, arms, shoulders engaged, head relaxed, core engaged, legs strong, focus, one-pointed. Exhale, active lizard. Step the left foot outside of your left hand, hands to blocks. They're underneath your shoulders. Look slightly forward and start a gliding, sliding motion forward and back, mirroring the qualities of smooth and steady in the movement, the breath, the mind. Think about this sliding, gliding motion and the up and down motion we'll do in a moment as a chance to recalibrate, to shake things up, which is a part of our ability to let them go. Move the hips up and down nice and steady. Come into stillness, inhale, look forward. Actually, before you do that, walk your left foot back to midline before I forget. And then as you inhale, look forward, prepare. Exhale, forward fold, right foot meets your left. Inhale, halfway lift two, lengthen, press crown away from tailbone. Exhale, fold, right hand to block or mat underneath your face. Bend your right knee a lot. Inhale your left arm to the sky for a twist, straightening through your left leg to the best of your ability. Inhale, really reaching up, pressing crown away from the left hip, finding a lot of space. And exhale, softening into the twist. Take a final breath in. Exhale, meet me in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, sweep the arms up. Exhale, goddess arms, really opening in the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together, firm in your feet. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by your side. And stay here in mountain for a couple rounds of breath. Feeling into mountain pose. Pressing into the center of the feet, standing up nice and tall. Alert yet relaxed, engaged yet soft. Core engaged, shoulders soft. Breath engaged, face soft. Fingertips relaxed, feet engaged. Let's play with a little bit of balance. But before we do, think about the stability of a mountain, unwavering, stable still, the storms, the wind, the chaos, the thunder, the movement that mountains experience, yet remain untouched, unmoved, at least most of the time. Inhale, sweep your arms up, feeling stable, strong, rooted, untouched like the mountain by the movement. Lower body steady. Exhale, skier's pose, sit down, sweep your arms back like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, hands to your heart, Utkatasana chair. Shift your weight towards your heels. Firmly root down through your hips. Engage your core. Take 2 rounds of breath. Letting the weight shift to your right foot. Inhale, stork. Lift your left knee. Half wind relieving posture, standing. Hands come over the left shin. Draw the thigh towards you. Stand up tall. Anchoring into your right foot, engaging the right leg. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, figure four, left ankle over right knee. Sit down like you're in a chair once again. Hands can be on your heart, hips. Try to keep your spine long. You can stay here. One variation I've found fun to play with is interlacing the hands behind the right calf. If you fall out, you just kind of chuckle, laugh, brush it off, get back into the practice or exploring the practice. Maybe even you just visualize the practice if this part is not for you. Inhale, meet me back in stork. Exhale, mountain. Left foot comes down. Bring your hands to your hips. Pick up your right foot and shake it off. Mountain pose, arms by your side, and you'll have to excuse me from clearing my throat. It's allergies, and my throat's been a little dry, a little scratchy. Come back to that stable, unwavering, strong mountain. That is you, even when you might not feel like it. It is literally a part of your bones, your structure. We just have to find the space, the ability to pause long enough to let the mind settle enough to remember this part of us that is like a mountain, earthy. On your next inhale, sweep your arms high to the sky. Exhale, sit down, skier's pose. Hands sweep back. Inhale, prayer, hands to your heart. Sit down, Utkatasana chair pose. 2 rounds of breath. Shift the weight into your left foot. This time, inhale, stork, stand up. Find your stability first, your grounding through the left foot, and then hug the hands around your right shin. Standing, half wind relieving posture, nice and tall. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, sit down, figure four, releasing the hands up. Right ankle crosses over your left knee. You can keep your hands lifted, heart, hips. You can stay here. Maybe you explore interlacing the hands behind your left calf, keeping the spine long. So if you ever feel like you're starting to round or compromise a long spine, then I would recommend backing out or making some adjustment that supports the length of your spine. Inhale, come back to stork, reach up. Exhale, lower the right foot, mountain. Hands to your hips. Pick up your left foot, go ahead and shake it off. Go ahead and lower the left foot. Mountain pose, inhale through your nose, big, big breath in. Open your mouth, let go. Releasing all of that chaos, commotion, distraction, disturbance that can kind of pull us away from that centeredness, that grounding, that rootedness into who we are, into feeling safe in that. And know that right here in this moment, you are safe, you are supported, you are stable, you are held. It is literally a part of you. It cannot be taken away from you. It can only be forgotten, which means it can be remembered. Inhale, sweep your arms up. On your exhale, interlace your hands at your lower back. If your shoulders are tight, you could hold a strap between your hands, hold opposite wrists or elbows, or you interlace the hands. Inhale, press the knuckles down, open your heart, maybe gaze up. Exhale, bend at your knees, hinge from your hips, forward fold, heads heavy, shoulder stretch, forward fold. Root into the center of your feet, so weight more towards your toes than your heels. Press up through your hips, lengthening the legs, and then pressing up through your knuckles and away. Head is nice and heavy. Pausing here to bow down to earth as witness, to let go, to surrender, to sacrifice those things that we think we have to hold on to, that we have to do all alone, sacrificing those things to earth, knowing that earth is always walking hand in hand with us. We don't have to carry the weight of everything by ourselves. And on your next exhale, release your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, press your crown away from you. And exhale, fold. Walk your feet out mat distance, heels in, toes out, and sit down into Malasana Yogi squat. You could sit on blocks, you could only come like partially down, or you might come nice and low to the ground. All variations are equal in their benefit, as long as you are supporting your body and what you need. Take one more breath in. Exhale, Navasana, boat pose. Lower your hips, come to seated, and go ahead and lift your legs for this variation of Navasana or boat pose, or to lower the toes if you feel like lifting the legs is not for you. Hands can be behind the knees, or maybe the arms are out by your side. Make sure you can keep your heart open. If you find you're caving into your heart, then something's got to change. Heart open to life, to receive, to give, to engage, to be an active participant in this beautiful experience of being human. Even though it's quite hard at times, it's still really incredible. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, low boat. Lower down, reach your arms and legs opposite directions. And then exhale, lift your feet, lower your arms by your side. Just a little bit of work to support the core. And for this, I always, for me personally, bring my hands underneath my sit bones for support. It's an option if you feel like your lower back lifts a lot from the ground, but if not, keep your arms by your side. Inhale, lower the feet to a hover. Exhale, lift. Engage your core on the exhale. Inhale, lower to a hover, slower than you think you should. Exhale, engage, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. That's our third round. Do 10 more at your own pace to the rhythm of your breath, trying not to rush. Always an option to bend the knees or reduce the range of motion to support you. Always the option to breathe through an open mouth if the breath starts to feel stuck. Feel the earthiness beneath you, that contracting engagement, solidifying motion of the practice. When you're done, so you know where you're going, knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. And from there, we'll meet in reclined bound angle or Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. You can relax the hands by your side or on your body. I really like to come into the mudra, bringing thumb and index finger to connect, and then resting it on the lower abdomen around the pelvic bowl region. It's like an upside down triangle. directing the flow of Apana Vayu, the down and out flow, that very releasing flow that releases down into the earth. So releasing tension, tightness from the mental, emotional, energetic, and physical body, down and out. In the same direction as the mudra of the upside down triangle on the pelvic bowl, if you decided to incorporate that into your practice. Emptying. One more breath in. One more breath out. Plant your feet on the earth. Lift your knees. Arms by your side. Here in a moment, we'll do a few flowing rounds of bridge, so 4, and then we'll come into a 5th one that will hold. Feel free to skip or to hold supported bridge with a prop the entire time. But before we do that, sense your feet connected to the earth. Sense that solidity beneath you, that pressure pushing back against your feet, which gives you the ability to use the ground as a tool, as a support, as a conduit for movement, for creating. Right? If your feet were pressing down and there was nothing to press back, it would be quite a different experience. It'd be like floating in space. It'd be like not having any support or container for which you get to live your life. On your next inhale, press into your feet. Sweep your arms up as you lift your hips. And exhale, slowly lower, using the core to lower your body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Go ahead and complete 2 more rounds, flowing like a big wave in the cosmic ocean. And after those 2 rounds, you'll come into a 3rd one and lift, and then we'll stay. And you can keep your arms overhead. If you do, really press into the tops of your hands and your arms, or feel free to interlace your hands under your lower back and roll onto your upper arms. Either way, pressing into your upper body, your arms, as much as you're pressing into your feet to lift through your hips and pubic bone. Knees drawing in towards one another. 3 more rounds of breath here. On your next exhale, slowly lowering with control. Allow the spine to know neutral, to know the earth. Hands can rest anywhere. Take a clearing breath. Knock knees. Soles of the feet come roughly mat distance. Allow your knees to fall in or draw inwards towards one another. Take 3 rounds of breath. Embracing the pause, the stillness of pause. The stillness of the earth that is so, so stable. When you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and let's find happy baby pose. Rocking from side to side or finding stillness. You can reach for the feet, behind the calves, or even behind the knees. Massaging the lower to mid back region. If you want to explore extending one leg at a time or both legs, feel free. Eventually we'll move to extending the legs up and the arms up, and then rolling through the wrists and ankles and moving the fingers and toes around a little bit. And then coming into sleeping tiger pose. It's what it's sometimes called, different names for this, but just hanging heavy here, allowing the hands to hang heavy like dead weight, feet hanging. You could bend the knees too. Letting all of the hard work, the effort, the action you took throughout practice to float back inwards, to support you, to nourish you, to nurture you, and then to be recycled. On your next exhale, knees into your chest, curl into a tiny little ball, lifting forehead to your knees. And inhale, lay down Shavasana or Shavasana, taking up lots of space. So make yourself comfy, support yourself with props. You could put support underneath your knees. If your lower back doesn't feel too good lying flat, you could support your neck. Could also lay on your side or your belly if lying down is not for you, or lying down on your back. Get really comfortable. I'm going to sit up to guide this last little bit of our practice together. Feel free to also sit up if you're at a point in your day, your life, your practice where lying down is just not doing it for you. Let go into the earth, knowing that you are supported and you are safe and you are stable, and that these things are innate to you. And it's really from those experiences of feeling supported and stable and safe that we can let go. It's hard to let go when we don't have that. Witness the parts of your body that are connected to the earth. And imagine all of those points that are connected to the earth reaching its loving arms, its loving energy up towards all of those points that are connected, and the earth like a magnet drawing out any vikrutis, any elemental, doshic, physical disturbances. And imagine the earth reaching up and drawing out any vikalpas, mental, emotional disturbances. And the earth drawing lovingly these things into its core, its molten core, to be transmuted, transformed. And you letting go into that support. Letting go into that loving relationship with the earth. Knowing that earth is in your bones, your body, your structure. And allowing the physicality of you, so the physical aspect of you, which does include the mind from a yoga perspective. Imagine it dissolving, melting into the earth as if it was becoming one with the earth. And all that is left is you, right? The you that is not defined by or limited to the body or the mind. The you that is timeless and infinite, and for a short time gets to express and explore and expand through the vessel of the mind-body, the gift of the mind-body, which may not always seem like a gift. And that's okay. And resting in that limitlessness, that infinite you, when the body and the mind dissolves into earth. That you that expresses freely and joyously and compassionately and kindly when you feel safe, when you feel supported, when you feel held and stable. Begin to sense your breath flowing through you once again. Maybe the heartbeat in your chest, and really sensing this mind body that you get to express through once again. It's solidifying once again by you turning your attention towards it, and turning your attention towards it with great compassion and kindness, and also gratitude. Because beneath the hardship, the challenge, the struggle that does come with our human experience, there is so much beauty, so much incredible potential and magnificent possibility. And you get to explore that, you get to revel in it. As you're ready, rolling over into fetal position onto your favorite side or the side you feel drawn to in this moment, pausing to absorb and soak up the practice and the qualities of earth, pausing to soak up stability, safety, support, solidity, structure. And we need structure, right? Structure gives us freedom, it gives us creativity. Otherwise, creativity and freedom just become scattered, aloof, overwhelmed. Pressing up into seated as you're ready, meeting me with the hands at your heart and the chin slightly bowing down in great surrender and love and gratitude and humility and honor and reverence for the time you carved out to practice for yourself, for your body, your mind, your breath, the you that is also beyond that for all of you, your wholeness, your unique journey. And we'll end with a sound of Om and 3 Shantis, Shanti meaning peace. On your next exhale, exhale completely. Inhale to prepare. Shanti. 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 Om Shanti, Om Namaste, peace be with you. I honor the divine light inside of you as I do me and the rest of creation. Please feel free to let me know how any part of that practice landed for you, and thanks for tuning in.